Well, that was inoffensive. At Midnight is easily one of the most generic, boring, and forgettable rom-coms I've ever seen. It's so run-of-the-mill, brings nothing new, does nothing interesting. I really regret wasting my time by giving this movie a chance. And what's worse, actually, I don't know if it's for better or worse, I practically remember nothing about this movie. Practically nothing. And that can be so bad when I have to make a review long enough for me to talk about it, when I could easily sum up in one sentence. That being, it's boring and don't waste your time. Oh wait, I said I didn't know if True Spirit or you people would be long enough reviews for me to waste time on, so I'll shut up. But anyways, At Midnight, it's a Paramount Plus exclusive film that released Valentine's Day weekend. I went eeny, meeny, miny, mo on between Your Place or Mine, this movie, or someone I used to know. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Whatever. Although I probably actually should have chosen somebody I used to know, but according to this gimmick, I would have chosen Your Place or Mine. Anyways, I'm not the most into romantic comedies, but like any film genre, I don't dismiss it as not for me. I just need to see the right movie in that genre to win me over. Like anime. Anime is not a genre. It is an art style, or animation, which is a medium of its own, but when you are forced to watch Pokemon because your baby brother likes it, as well as Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Bakugan, and the rest, when I could be watching a Studio Ghibli movie, I think I make my point. Anyways, I'd seen some recent ones I liked, such as Bros, Happiest Season, The Big Sick, if that counts, when that came out years ago. Nothing else I remembered, so add this movie to the list. Movies I don't remember. Okay, me, I'm not that much into rom-coms, but, you know, they always come out, you know? I mean, on TV, and they're always the same. I'm not really saying anything new either, you know? Everyone already knows this. The movie is written by Giovanni M. Porta, Maria Hinojos, and Jonah Feingold, with Feingold in the director's chair. The movie is a romantic comedy, and by that I didn't even laugh once, where character actress Sophie Wilder, played by Monica Barbaro, is known for a popular superhero franchise called Super Society, which consists of two people, according to this movie, so like, I don't really know if that counts as a society, if it's like, is two people enough for a society? Whatever. With the final in a trilogy, wrapping up, as she plans to hopefully move on to new projects, while her co-star and boyfriend Adam, played by Anders Holm, seems to get all the love and fame, including an Oscar nomination, which, no, I mean, sometimes the villain, but discovers, worst of all, him cheating on her. Just like that other movie that came out last year with the TikTok star, I didn't watch it, during production, putting Sophie's spirits at a low point. As they head out to Mexico to wrap up shooting, an unrealistically good-looking hotel manager, played by Diego Boneta, or is it Boneta? Oh, why do I care enough? This movie sucks. Named Alejandro, because of course that's his name, runs into Sophie as she stays at the luxury hotel, and soon enough, both fall in love with the other. But one's an actress, and the other one's at risk of getting fired if you sound out for this, so blah blah blah, boom, you got a romantic comedy without a single good joke. The only reason this script isn't a Hallmark movie is that both actors in the leads are kind of popular right now, with Barbaro in Top Gun Maverick and Boneta in other stuff. And it's also not shot like a Hallmark movie, so it's like, there's actually nice cinematography. It's nice to look at times, and even some good editing. That and the will they, won't they at the beginning at least didn't, get dragged out. But other than that, I really didn't have much positive to say about the movie. Not much at all. I really did not like this movie. It was so boring. The acting from the two leads, it's fine, but that's the bare minimum, where you need like two bland as hell characters as an audience member can insert themselves into one, since they find the other person hot, imagine them as the lead character, falling in love with the other, rather than actually watch two people themselves fall in love. Two people you're like, I can relate to them, rather than I see myself as him falling in love with her or something. Like, there's a difference. I'm probably not phrasing right, but I think you get what I'm saying. They at least had passable chemistry, and at least they don't like waste time on them getting together. I liked at first they were both nervous to go on first dates. At least I did when it wasn't obvious in post. They just added voiceover to the scene when their body language should have been enough. Honestly, the premise itself isn't awful. Stuff like Nine Hills still works today, in my opinion. And with the movie's opening credits over hand-drawn art, being a throwback to classic films, albeit not as pretty. I get what they want to go for, something simple but sweet. And this movie isn't that by a long shot. The gimmick of the film being called At Midnight is for like the first half of the movie. They meet at midnight several times in secret, but change the title. I wouldn't think twice about this. The movie's side characters are so annoying and not funny when I can tell they are meant to be the comic relief, like over-the-top Asian guy and weird friend who cares way too much when his male friend is dating. And like I said, this movie is just forgettable. When I don't write a review on time and I can't remember enough about the movie to do a review, there's a problem. And I at least had to go hard looking for notes, or at least, like, did I write anything down so I can say, oh yeah, this is why I didn't like the movie. Because this. I have good reasons. I do remember some stuff, like, oh, I looked, there was a terrible green screen of the actors on a talk show that I can't imagine it being that hard to do without a green screen, or with even, or terrible lines like, midnight is not a time, it is a place to be together. It's also a time. Or, you know, here in Mexico, we put lime on everything. Like, I would ask a Mexican if that's true. I don't even remember if there were jokes. Like, the two leads are boring stuff. All the side characters were just kind of a little bit, you know, off. Like, one's a little dumb, and as I said, over the top. Before he, like, leaves the movie, and when he comes back, I had to remember he exists at all. Even the conflict of the movie's relationship is so by the numbers, it really lacks the stakes that, like, an actual romance that, like, has stakes should. Like, I don't know, it has, like, one of the most forced third act breakups I've ever seen. Like, they argue out of nowhere about stuff that didn't really match either characters', you know, personalities or motivations prior, which I can't go into much detail because spoilers, but like, why should I care enough? And as someone who didn't really care about the relationship going in, it was so forced, I couldn't even pretend to care if or not to get back together, because this is just every rom-com together ever. Like, you know, of course it ends how I thought it would, just based on the trailer, just based on the premise. The movie isn't just okay, it's not like one of those movies I'm like, yeah, it was okay, it didn't do anything new, but it was good this way. It's like, no, it's boring, it's repetitive, it's unfunny, it's unoriginal, and I don't even know if this is one of the worst movies of the year, because at the end of the year when I look back, you know, it's just a forgettable rom-com. And, well, you know, I mean, I get why other people like these kinds of movies. I don't know who other than those who are just used to these kinds of rom-coms would get enjoyment out of this. It's so lame. I wish Paramount Plus has something else going for it, since when the Grease TV show comes out on my birthday, I don't think I'll celebrate watching it. Like this movie, I'd rather do something else than watch it, because I wasted my time on this movie. That's my review. Oh, the joke is, at midnight, I'd rather do anything else. I give At Midnight a 2.5 out of 10.